Here's the thing. We have been using AI tools for decades, okay? When it comes to content creation, agencies like mine, we have been using AI content creation tools for years. It just so happens that ChatGPT and OpenAI over the last year has just made like this huge, trend and is all over media, all right? Here's what I want to say about using ChatGPT or any other content creation tools. In order for it to work efficiently and effectively for you so that you get responses that are aligned with you as a human being, because we don't want to sound robotic, you have to give it enough information. And one of the mistakes that many people make is that they don't give it enough information to know exactly the response or what you want, right? So what we want to do is we want to kind of train it at first, all right? So if you have the paid version of GPT, you are able to develop these custom GPTs. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but if you go to explore GPTs, did you know that you can find GPTs that developers like myself have created to help you with lots of different things? For example, landing page. If I type landing page in, there's people that have developed a custom GPT that will automatically help you write a landing page. Okay. Did you guys know that there's these additional features inside of ChatGPT? So I have created a custom GPT for helping you create video scripts. Okay. First thing you need to do is you need to click here in the center. Create magnetizing talking head short head. Talking head are videos where you are speaking in front of the camera, okay? Talking head, short and long form videos. So I'm going to click here and it's going to start talking to me. Now it's asking me, let's get started on crafting your talking head video scripts. I'll need a bit of more information first. So I purposely put these questions in here so that you answer them, because if you don't give it this type of information and you just put create a video script about blank, it's not going to write it in your personality. It's not going to write it to attract your ideal clients. It's not going to touch on your own clients' pain points and struggles that you know about. It's not going to align with your business, and it's not going to align with the solutions that you provide. Okay. So what I suggest everyone do before you actually start answering it is you take these questions. All right. You open up a Google document and you answer them in a Google document. That way you always have them saved. Because anytime you use an AI tool like this, whether it's ChatGPT, it could be Jasper, as we used to use for like 4 years before ChatGPT came out. So like I said, there's been other tools out there. It's just, for the masses, this seems new to people. But for experts, we've been using these for quite some time. But what you want to do is you want to open up a Google document and you want to copy and paste these questions into the Google document, and then you want to answer them. So for example, here are mine. Okay. So I have taken those questions, I've put them inside of here, and I have answered them. So I always have this. All right. It's also great for you to have that document if you have a team, or if you're working with, a coach and an expert and you want them to know more about the ins and outs of your business. It's great to have that. All right. So it says, once I have this information, I can suggest relevant video topics and craft compelling scripts for both short and long form videos, right? What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to my document and I'm going to copy all of my information. And then I'm just going to simply paste it inside of here, and I'm going to hit enter, or I could hit the arrow. Okay. So now it's saying, great, let's dive in and create your talking head video scripts. So it's going to start creating a short form video script. Okay. So now it's giving me the video topics. So now I'm going to choose a video topic. Honestly, I want to do a video on all of these topics, but for right now, we're going to create one script at a time. Okay. So I'm going to use this one, the secret to consistent leads and sales without chasing clients. Now, here's the thing, just so you know, these video topics are based off of the information that I gave it inside of this document. So that's how it knows how to come up with those video topics. because all of these video topics are actually topics that my ideal clients would want to know more about. And that's the purpose of showing up on video. And really, that's the purpose of creating content, is to communicate valuable information with your audience that's going to resonate with them, and it's going to help them see you and trust you as their go-to resource, their go-to expert, their go-to person to solve their problem. Okay, so most of my clients, their problem prior to working with me is that they don't have consistent leads and sales, right? So I want to create content that actually helps them with that, right? Okay, so I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to just copy it and then paste it and then hit the arrow. Now it's going to give me hooks. Okay. Remember, I told you that I have this set up on the back end with my framework, and my framework is you choose a topic first. Then you got to create a hook, which is typically going to be the first like 2 to 3 seconds of your video. It is the most important part, aside from your call to action, of your video. But I would say it is the most important part out of everything in your video, because it is what's going to actually hook people in to watch your video. If you don't get their attention within the first 2 to 5 seconds, you've lost them. Even if that video is just 30 seconds long or 10 seconds long, we want them to listen in as much as possible. All right. It's giving me 5 hooks. So I don't even have to choose the hook. It's just giving me 5 hooks to work with. And then it creates the short form video script. So the hook that it went with was, if you're struggling to generate consistent leads, watch this. Now, if you specifically are struggling to generate consistent leads and you hear that and you see that as a headline also on top of the video, or you see it like in the Instagram feed, right? Like it's in the feed and it's before you hit the play button, you see that little headline, you're most likely going to want to click on that to watch it, right? So after that, what's important is the context and the content within your video, what you are saying in the video that's going to help your ideal clients. All right. So I'm going to start the video with, if you're struggling to generate consistent leads right now, watch this. So here's the thing. To achieve consistent leads, you need a clear, systemized marketing strategy. Start by really identifying your unique value proposition. What makes you the go-to expert? So now I'm like going into all the things. Now, this short form video, it's meant to just be 30 to 60 seconds long. Okay. So what do you want to do next? What you want to do next with this is you want to literally copy all of this, put it into a document. So I'm going to paste this in here and I'm going to do a little bit of editing, because here's the thing. I don't want to say to achieve, like I don't speak that way, right? That's just, to me, it's a bit too formal. And I honestly, like I've got more of a personality. I'm more bold. I'm like straight to the point. So I would say something like, so here's what you want to do for consistent leads so that you stop chasing your clients. You need to be super clear. You have to have a system. Start with knowing your unique value proposition. So I'm going to change that up. Now, I've been doing so many videos. It's just like riding a bike, guys. Like it takes practice and then you're off. I may not even edit this, and I may just literally copy and paste this into an app with a teleprompter. And as it's going through, I'll just modify it on my own, right? So I may not take the time to actually edit it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a few moments. There's a conclusion, which is actually like your call to action. And here's something to note of. Something that's really important. We want to say in our videos, check out the caption for more. Okay. And you want your video to have captions as well, so that that actually shows up as well. Because what we want people to do is we want them to not only watch our video, but we want them to read our caption. And inside our caption, at the end, our call to action should be something about, like something to the effect that gets them to DM you. So in what you're saying in the video, we want people to check out the caption for more. And then in our caption, we want to write out the post, and you want to mix it between like long form written captions, short form written captions. But if you're giving insights and tips, you want to basically, ready for another hack? Take your script, like copy this entire script right here. You could paste it right into the same chat that you're working in for your video. And you could say, can you please rewrite this into a casual, conversational, and you may not want to use those words, but that's what I use. Casual, conversational, bold social media post with a call to action to get them to DM me. And I'll do it for you in just a second so you can see how that turns out. And now you have your actual post caption written out as well. Okay. So the next thing it's asking you here is, would you like an expanded version of have this short form video for a long form video. So I'm going to say, yes, please. Now what it's doing is it's creating using my impact formula for long form video. It's creating a long form video script that you could literally use to go live with, or you could record, but long form, you're going to want it to be like around 10 minutes long. So I suggest honestly, like going live. This is what we teach in our programs. If you record, I promise you it's going to take you longer. You know why? Because you're going to want it to be perfect and you're going to keep stopping. You're going to keep re-recording. You're going to do a lot more editing. So now we have a long form video script that you can go live with. And it starts with a hook. Then you do a little introduction about yourself. Then you have an engagement prompt. Then you do a little bit of storytelling, because storytelling is what really starts to create relationship building with your audience. Okay. Something that puts you in their shoes, because most of the time we do what we do because we have been in those shoes, right? I have been in a position where I didn't know what I was doing on social media, even though I was doing it for clients. I was way too close to my business and it wasn't clicking for me. And I was hiding also. That is part of my story. That is why I'm passionate about what I do and why I do it the way that I do it, because I know it works, because I've walked the talk. So you do a little bit of storytelling, you restate the hook, and then you go into like 3 to 5 insights or tips, and then you wrap it up with a call to action. Now, this still says, say the word leads and we'll help you get started with a personalized marketing plan. I would change this now because changes are happening now with messaging and DMs. I would say DM me the word leads and we'll help you get started with a personalized marketing plan. Now, let's go back here. So if you wanted to then do another video with this topic, for example, I would say, okay, now let's work with this video topic, starting with a short form video script. And then I would copy this and then let it take me through it all. So now it's going to start everything again. Okay. And then you can do a long form. Once you have run out of those 5 topics, all you have to do is, because now it's seasoned, now it knows about your business, who your ideal clients are, their pain points, all of that. All you have to do is, okay, give me 5 more video topics that will resonate with my ideal client. And you do it within the same chat. You don't want to start a new chat, although you can, but you don't need to. Really, you want to do it within the same chat, because the more it works, the more information it has from you and the better it gets. All right. Something else to consider, guys, once you create your reel, like the following week, create a post with the same information, but use an image. The other thing you can do is you take your post, you rewrite it into an email, and literally you take your post, you copy and paste your written post, you go inside of here and you go, can you please use this, rewrite this post into an email? And now you have an email. Does anybody work their content that way? Because the thing is you do not need to create new content for every single post you put out there. Okay. The other thing is recycle your content like every 3 months. We're doing that right now, actually. So content that you're seeing right now on my Instagram and on my Facebook business page is actually from 2023. We're just redoing the images and we're rewriting it. You know why? Because my business is my business. I'm not changing my business every, month. It is my business. My messaging pretty much stays the same. I mean, we evolve as human beings, right? And so some of how we articulate our message may change, but it doesn't mean that you have to recreate everything. So let's jump in how to take the video script and then put it into an app that allows you to put it into like a teleprompter within the app, and then use that so that you can record yourself while it's teleprompting. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So here's my phone. So I'm going to go to my Drive, because that's where my Google Docs are. I'm going to go to that document I just created, and then I'm going to literally copy this. Now, remember, before you actually copy it, you probably want to make some edits to it and stuff and shorten it a little bit. And then I'm going to go into my favorite video creation app right now called Captions. I'm going to click create, and you see all of these options, by the way. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to go straight to the teleprompter and I'm going to enter my information in here. I'm going to paste that script. Now here it's telling me it's going to be about 81 seconds long, which is a bit long, right? But like I said, for me, I would probably take out some of the words in there and I would edit some things. And then I'm going to click on record. So I'm not going to do the entire thing, but I just want to show you. When I hit this little circle, you see how it starts to scroll and you can go back. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to say, okay, for consistent leads, so that you're not chasing clients anymore, you need a very clear and systemized marketing strategy. So here's the thing. Number one, start by knowing what your unique value proposition is, right? You want people to know that you are the expert to go to. This is going to help you stand out from your competition and attract new clients. The second thing is leverage the power of content marketing. And then I'll go on and on. Now, I already got to number two, and I would probably speak pretty quickly. The cool thing with captions is that if I mess up, I can stop it and I can literally scroll back up and start back where I want to. And all I would need to do is when I'm done with my video, so I'm going to hit continue, either, if I messed up on that little clip, I can just delete it if I want to. But let's pretend that I want to move forward with the entire video. Okay. Now I'm going to hit continue, and then I'm going to click proceed with English. And now what it's doing is it's actually translating my video with captions. So most people are going to watch your video when it comes to reels, right? Or recorded videos, they're going to watch it with captions. So you always want to make sure to put captions. What I love about this app Captions is it gives you a lot of different styles for captions. So they don't have to be like just the boring, like white captions, right? You have lots of different options and styles. And here's the other thing. It's pretty spot on the way that it translates and transcribes your voice. So sometimes depending on, like if I'm doing it or a team member, if I'm doing it and I'm in a rush, I really don't review my captions, guys. Like we're human beings. It's AI that, transcribed it. It's okay if it's like misspelled, but I know some people, like for them, that's a big thing, right? So we have some clients that we do this for, and it's a big thing for them. So we make sure that everything is spelled perfectly. But once you're done, there's other things in here. So like you can add music, things like that. But typically what we do is I just hit export and then it downloads to my phone. So I'm going to hit export. Now it's going to export to my camera roll and then I can use it from there. And that is it. And I've now created a 30-second reel. So the other thing is inside of captions, you have lots of other options, a lot of really cool features in there. But the other thing you want to think about is that you can also like download that video and then upload it to Facebook, to Reels over on Instagram and TikTok. Okay. What I would suggest is in the same document. So let's say that I am working inside of, and right inside of here, also rewrite this as a post to go with your reel. Okay. So you have it all in one place. And as you're uploading, if you're uploading from your phone, it's so much easier to grab all the information all from one document. Okay. So let me show you really quick how to take this and create a social media post out of it, like the post caption part of it. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do it right inside of the same chat. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go and I talk to it honestly, like it's a human. Please rewrite this script into a social media post that's casual and conversational and gets people to want to DM me. And I don't even remember exactly what the post said. So I'm just saying for more help. Use bullet points for tips or use emojis. So I do use emojis in my content. And now I'm going to paste the script right in here. And so now what it's going to do is it's just writing a social media post for me. This social media post is going to go with my reel. But as you can see, it's not super long and it has some like value and substance in there for people to get some great insights from it. All right. What do you guys think about all that? I know that was a lot. That is it for today. And I'll see you next week. Bye.